Our next reader is Julia Jansen, and she is the winner of the 3rd place in grades 4, 5, and 6 story category. She hails all the way from Niagara-on-the-Lake, Ontario. Julia started learning Braille when she was 4 years old. Her favorite thing about Braille is that she can still read when the lights are out. Her least favorite thing is that her Brailler is too loud. She'd like to thank Miss Bittner for helping her learn Braille. Right now, her favorite book is the Babysitter's Club series. When she grows up, she would like to be a French immersion teacher. Now, if you haven't seen it yet, I'd encourage you all to check out the CNIB client story featuring Julia. You can find the video on the CNIB YouTube channel. Julia is also participating in a panel discussion tomorrow called How Being a Braille Reader Makes Student Life More Rewarding. So could you please give a big hand to Julia Jansen.
So my story is called The Case of the Missing Teacher. One cold winter morning, Hannah and Olivia arrived at school only to notice that their teacher wasn't there. Has anybody seen Mr. Perry yet today? Hannah screamed with fright in her voice. Where else could he be than here? At the dump? A boy named Billy asked. His friend Robert snickered. No, guys, I'm serious, Olivia screeched at the top of her lungs. He said he'd always be there waiting for us in the morning. Something must be wrong. Hannah tried to comfort her best friend. First, she said that they should go ask all the teachers in the school if they'd seen Mr. Perry. Gladly, Olivia agreed. First, they decided they would ask the kindergarten teacher, Miss Harney. She hadn't seen Mr. Perry. They thanked her politely, but after that, they left. They asked Miss Jansen, the grade 4 teacher. He hadn't seen him either. They walked by the grade 2 class to ask Miss Taylor. She had not seen him at all that day. They were about to either cry or give up. Suddenly, they found a note that had their teacher's name on it. It also looked like his handwriting. Unfortunately, they couldn't read it because it was scribbled onto a little page. I have an idea, Olivia said. Okay, what is it? Hannah asked, with a sparkle of excitement in her eyes. We can ask Miss Brown if we can borrow her magnifying glass. They asked her and she said yes. They looked at the note only to find the note was not from him. They knew that because the note said, to Mr. Perry. Oh no, Olivia yelled. It'll be all right, buddy. I know it, Hannah said. Suddenly, they gave up and asked Mr. Perry's phone number. The phone rang 5 times and then a voice said, hello? Mr. Perry, thank goodness you're all right. The girls screeched together. Hi, Hannah. Hey, Liv. Sorry, where are you? Hannah screamed. I'll be right there. Were the last words they heard Mr. Perry say before the phone clicked off. They still need to know where he had gone. Now that was the hard part. They decided to look in the candy store. They walked down the road to the candy store. Let's look in the chocolate aisle, Hannah suggested. Everyone knows that he loves chocolate. They looked in the chocolate aisle, but he wasn't there. They looked in the jujube aisle, the gum aisle, and the juggling aisle. They did not have sight of him anywhere. They were sad, but they left anyways. Oh no, Olivia said. Let's call the police. Thanks, Olivia. That is one of the best ideas you've ever thought of. Then they called 911, a deep voice answered. They explained everything that had happened, and the man said somebody would be right there. When the police arrived, Olivia said they could check his favorite restaurant. Where are you getting all your good ideas today, Liv? Hannah said. Olivia smiled shyly and then shrugged. When they got into the restaurant, they decided to ask the waiter first. Excuse me, have you seen a tall man with brown curly hair and blue eyes and a t-shirt that says Mr. Perry on it? The man looked doubtful. He nodded his head no. Next, the girls asked the people who were cooking. They hadn't seen him either. Sadly, they started toward the entrance to leave when suddenly they saw someone. He was sitting in a booth eating. It was Mr. Perry. Mr. Perry, Hannah screamed. Hi, girls, you found me. I am so... What happened? The police growled, interrupting Mr. Perry. There was free breakfast here, and I thought it. I came quickly. I'd be back in time for class. leaving their class. No, Mr. Policeman, please don't take our teacher. I don't know what we'd do without him, Hannah sobbed. Yeah, Hannah's right. You depend on him, Olivia said. The police gave them a sad smile. Sorry, kids, that is our rule as police. Goodbye. No, they need me, were the last words they heard him say as he was carried away. They were happy they had solved a mystery, but sad because they may never see Mr. Perry again. Now they had an ugly man for a teacher. Please hope for Mr. Perry to come back, but he never did.
Very well done.